What's up, family? Welcome back to another episode of Learning Content with Jalil, where I not just give you guys tips on posting and content, but I break down the why behind posting, content creation, and social media. I think it's easy to give you guys tips, growth tips that typically don't work. I think it's easy to tell people that you're gonna grow your audience, that you're gonna gain 10,000 followers in a month or get 100,000 subscribers in a year, XYZ, that a lot of creators tell you, which is just I'm not gonna say it's a lie because it's possible, but it's not the reality for the average person. The average person is gonna grow their social media page very slowly over time. There are only 1% of people who have the time to dedicate all their time to posting on social media, and those people are the ones who grow it a lot faster. If you're able to dedicate 10, 12 hours a day to posting and research, recording, XYZ, you have a cameraman, you got editors, all of that, then it's gonna be a lot easier. You're gonna be able to grow your platform a lot faster. But if you're like the average individual, you have a full-time job, you have kids, you have responsibilities, I'm going to be breaking down the whys behind social media posting that you may not know yet. And today I'm going to be talking about what I call the apprentice phase. And it's the phase of your content creating journey where there are 100 knowns, right? There's 100 things that you know you should be good at when it comes to posting. But with every known, there's 1,000 unknowns. There's 1,000 little details, tiny little details that you don't know that over time you'll learn. And that's what I call the apprentice phase. In the beginning, you're essentially tattooing on fake skin. You're learning the ins and outs of content creation. You're learning the what to do's and the what not to do's. You're failing as much as possible. You're getting 0 views, you're getting 5 views, you have an inconsistent posting schedule because there's just things that you just don't know yet, right? And I think this is where a lot of people quit in their content journey, because you're getting low views and you don't really know what to do. And honestly, that's just the reality of being an apprentice. It's the reality of starting anything new, developing a new skill. And that's why in the beginning you have to post through the suck. You're gonna suck at first. It's like walking into a gym for the first time. You don't know any workouts, and all you're doing is a bench press. And what you don't know is that it's a tiny little details about a bench press that allows you to get the maximum chest growth. And it's those tiny little details with posting content. It's lighting, it's camera angles, it's thumbnails, it's quality, it's the quality of audio, it's the time of day that you post. And honestly, I think the time of day that you post really doesn't matter. It 100% just depends on your target audience. But I just want to stay on the apprentice phase, because I want you guys to post through the suck. I want you guys to post. And the crazy thing about being an apprentice is, for most people, whether you're a barbershop apprentice, whether you're a barber and you're, starting your apprenticeship, whether you're a salesman, the first year is the worst year. The first year of business is the worst year of business. The first year of tattooing is your worst year of tattooing. You're not going to have a lot of clients. You're not going to have a lot of people watching. But over time, as you're building your portfolio, more people are going to be watching. More people are going to be seeing what you're doing. You're going to have more people tapped in. And that's why it's so important that you post through the suck. I'm posting through the suck right now. You're posting through the suck. You're watching videos through the suck. You're doing your research. You're probably paying for courses, reading books. And if you aren't doing that, then it's even more important that you watch these videos so that you learn what you need to do to be able to outlast the competition. This is all a competition. It's a big competition. I think social media is starting to be one of the most competitive spaces that you can get into, because anybody can pull their phone out, record a video and post it, right? It's competitive, and it's good that it's a competition, because it's gonna cause people to get better. Like, the space is just gonna grow, and people are going to get better and better at posting on social media, at delivering value to their audience, XYZ. And if you don't have the mindset to get through or you don't have the encouragement, you don't have the mentors to help you get through the apprentice phase, then ultimately you're going to quit. You're going to give up, because you're not going to know what you're doing. And in the beginning, that's fine to not know what you're doing. It's completely fine, but you're just going to learn. You're going to learn over time what to do, right? And that's where you're at right now, right? And all I'm doing is like clarifying. I'm acknowledging with you that you're just in the apprentice phase. You're in the phase where you're still learning everything about content creation that you need to know in order to be successful on social media, right? You probably don't even have 100 videos posted yet, and you're probably scared to be embarrassed, right? You're scared to get your opinion out, which is completely fine. I feel like those are nerves, those are feelings that everyone feels in the beginning. I felt those things in the beginning. I still feel these things in the beginning, but over time, those feelings fade. Over time, confidence comes. Over time, you begin to not just know, but know that you're trusting the process, that every time you make another video in some type of way, there's elevation. And sometimes you take two, 3 steps forward and 1 step back, but that's fine. I feel like sometimes it works like a stock, right? There has to be pullbacks in the market in order for the market to continue to grow, for the stock prices to go up. There has to be pullbacks. Nothing grows without taking steps back, and sometimes you're gonna take steps back. And a lot of times these numbers work like a stock. One day you might get 10 videos, the next day you might get 3 views. I mean, one day you might get 10 views, the next day you might get, like, that's why I tend to not focus on views. I tend to not focus on the data. I just focus on adding value, sharing information that people want to hear, that people need, sharing the information that people need, or answering the questions that people need answers to, whatever the question may be. And sometimes your content is going to be sitting waiting for the right person to get the answer to the question that they need. And I think I'm starting to develop a contrarian take about doing market research to see what, questions people are already asking. If you're trying to figure out questions that people are already asking, you're already behind. You need to be figuring out questions that people are going to have answers to. I mean, you need to be figuring out the questions that people are going to have a month from now, 2 months from now, so that you're ahead of the game and your content is sitting waiting before the market even catches up. Be ahead, not behind. But yeah, you're in the apprentice phase right now, and it's completely fine to be in the apprentice phase. For the next 3 to 6 months, just focus on developing the skill of posting content. Don't focus on thumbnails. Just focus on the titles of your videos. Focus on one thing at a time, right? Start with quantity, and the quality will follow. Start with, like I said, posting all of your videos, talking, and you might not have a ton of value in your videos, but your titles are spot on, right? And then once you get your titles right, now you're focusing on the quality that you're able, or the value that you're able to provide in your videos. And then once you get the value that you're adding in your videos right, then you move on to your thumbnails, right? Everything doesn't have to be perfect in the beginning, but perfection can come over time if you're willing to put in the work. And then once you start to be an expert at posting, that's when your journey starts. That's when it's like, okay, you start to realize you can still grow from here. And then you're still growing. Now you're focused on, okay, what does my audience really like to hear? What really gets them stirred up? What really gets them engaged? You can start focusing on different things, but you have to get the small things right first. And you're just in the apprentice phase. If you guys are enjoying this content, leave a like, comment, subscribe, so that this video can get out in the algorithm and help get the message out. Peace. We'll see you guys tomorrow.